The old King Cole restaurant was Arkansas's oldest drive-in. It had a soda fountain counter, it served steak and chicken, and it operated from the 1920s up until the second half of the 20th century. Though it's long gone, one of its recipes still remains, and it happens to be its Spanish eggplant. I happened to get the recipe out of the Primrose United Methodist Church cookbook from the 1970s, and it's included in my book, Arkansas Food, the A to Z of eating in the natural state. Today, I'm going to show you how to put together this eggplant casserole from days on past. Today, we're going to use 6 of these Indian eggplants. Eggplant is eggplant is eggplant. The only thing difference is the size, and this is just such a cutie. So let's go ahead and chop up some eggplant here. We have to peel or skin the eggplant first. Now these don't have to be perfect slices, but they do need to be small enough so that they're going to parboil okay. Now that we have all of our eggplant chopped up, it's going to go into a pot of water that I'm going to salt. Salt. Just a little here. I'm going to go ahead and pour in my eggplants, and I'm going to get them to heating. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and move the eggplant to the back burner. I'm going to bring this pot over here so we can assemble some of the other items. I'm using a cast iron Dutch oven here. It's porcelain lined, it has a lid, and this is perfect. This means I can wash one less dish, because at the end of all of this, this is going in the oven. For right now though, I've got the heat on underneath it. I'm going to take half a stick of butter and just dump that right in there. The butter doesn't even have to be fully melted before we add 2 cups of chopped onion. This is going to work out to give a nice caramelized flavor to our entire casserole. We don't have to get them to the point that they're disintegrating, but we do need to get them to where they're translucent so that they can melt into the casserole. Be sure to get the butter throughout your onions. This will help them cook at the same rate, so you won't get surprise crunchy bits. We're also going to stir our eggplant here. Make sure it all cooks evenly. Get the equivalent of 2 pieces of bread and shred it up. This is actually 2 small croissants that I went ahead and shredded, since that's what I happen to have on hand. Any bready product will do, except for maybe like bagels or sweet rolls. But you're wanting something that's going to absorb a lot of the good flavor in there and to stretch out the recipe, because so many of these recipes like this were meant to stretch bucks. You'll notice our eggplant is boiling. We're going to let that do that for just a minute. We want it to get tender. We want the nice, smooth tenderness in our eggplant. Now that our onions are translucent, it's time to add the tomatoes. Here we go. Oh, what a delightful scent. If you have fresh tomatoes, 2 cups of diced tomatoes is perfect, but this is nice and cheap. It's usually about $1 for a can of tomatoes. We're going to add sugar and salt, a teaspoon of each, just to give a little bit more of a spark of flavor to the onion and tomato base. We want to still have the chunks of tomato, but we want this to actually be a thickened sauce. Looks like our eggplant is ready to be strained. Right into the colander. Mixture here has come together to form the basis of a really nice sauce. We're going to go ahead and cut off the heat now. And we're going to continue to stir it for a moment because this Dutch oven is still cooking. We want to make sure nothing burns. You'll notice that the eggplant has turned somewhat translucent. Not brown, but sort of tan. So now I'm going to take it and I'm going to dump it right in on top of our mixture. But I'm not going to stir it in so much. I'm going to take my breadcrumbs and I'm also going to just flip them right down in there. I'm not stirring so much as I am simply folding this mixture together. I don't want to become amalgamated into a homogeneous mess. I just want to give some variance to what's here. So we're going to add in our last ingredient, cheese. This can be any sort of cheese. If you really want, you can do like a Parmesan, but it really benefits from a cheese that's going to get melty, like a mozzarella, a cheddar, a Cheshire. This happens to be a beautiful Colby Jack that already came shredded. So I'm just going to take and cover the top with this cheese. Let's just sprinkle it over. Want to get it somewhat even. At this point, if you had made everything up in a skillet, you could take it and fold it into a 9x13 Pyrex dish or cooking pan of some sort. You just need to make sure to spray it down with nonstick spray. But the beauty of the Dutch oven is this right here can go straight in the oven. Let's do it. Let's put our top on there. We're going to take this, put it in the oven for about 40 minutes at 350 degrees. Let's go. From the old King Cole restaurant that served as Arkansas's oldest drive-in for a long time. And here it is. Look at that. How it's bubbling. Oh, here it is, our Spanish eggplant. So if you're looking for something to do with eggplants, whether you get them from the store or from the garden, this is a lovely way to celebrate them. So good. No wonder this was a favorite dinner at the old King Cole restaurant back in the day at 5th and Broadway in downtown Little Rock. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. At least, I hope you get to enjoy it as much as I am.